Hi, my name is Sharice and welcome to Style and Stewardship. So, I wanted to start this video by saying I have started and stopped recording and trying to look and see how it looked, and I just gotta tell you, hats off to all the people that make this look natural and make this look like there's a camera around. I didn't even realize, because that's not me. But one of the things that I wanted to do was just go ahead and start. And that is what I want to say to myself, which is why I'm recording this, because I almost want to document this process of starting something and not having all your ducks in a row, not having everything laid out and perfect, and just going for whatever it is that you feel like you're supposed to be doing. And that's where I'm coming from. I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, as far as just sharing the different things that I'm learning, different parts of my life where I just really want to encourage other people out there, whether it's in motherhood, in marriage, in your Christian walk. Sharing my faith is really important to me. And one of the reasons why I started Style and Stewardship.com, started that blog, was because I'd actually blogged anonymously years and years and years ago, but I didn't want to put myself out there. And it's crazy because I'm not a shy person. It's just so, it's a private thing, to share your inner thoughts and to share the different things that God is teaching you and growing in you. But I just felt like I've got to do this, or I'm going to just, I don't even understand like why God wants me to do this. And I think a lot of times that's what faith is, right? It's the things that you don't see. It's walking forward when you don't know what's next, and it's just taking those steps forward. And that's what I'm doing here. I may not even edit this because I want it to be probably that raw where I can look back and see where I started, because none of us starts off just having everything together. Well, most of us don't. Some people start off and it looks like they have everything together from Jump Street, and that is awesome, but that's where we can't compare. I can't compare where I am with where somebody else is. And I think that sometimes that's like a barrier to entry, almost like you don't want to start anything because you feel like everyone is miles ahead of you. And for me, it's a matter of, man, I will have more regrets if I don't do this than if I do. And starting the blog and starting the YouTube channel, I wanted to encourage someone out there that you're not alone, that God has so much planned for our lives if we would just take those first steps in obedience, and just going forward with whatever it is He's told us to do, not having to see how it's going to turn out or what God's going to use it for. So I think that that's a part of stewardship. And what stewardship is it's not like an everyday word, but it basically means that you're managing things that are put in your care. And as a Christian, I feel that everything that I have is a gift from God. A talent, a skill, gifts that we're given, I think that they're all blessings from God, and it's God that allows those things into my life. At the same time, because of that, there's a weight to it, right? It feels like, all right, I'm not just doing this for me, for my own, like, right now gratification. I'm doing this for an eternal purpose and for the glorification of God, right? And following Jesus is not easy. Being a mother is not easy. Being a wife is not easy. None of these things are easy. But when I approach things, I expect, and in a sense, it's like I expect for it to be easy. And I remember I was writing a blog post the other night, and there's a lot of technical stuff that goes behind it, like on your dashboard if you're familiar with WordPress or anything like that. And it's like, my husband came in and he was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, it takes so much just to put up one blog post. And he said to me, "Well, it's work, right?" And I just thought, That was so deep. And I got so much from that, because we think that just because something is challenging that we're not supposed to do it, or we think that if something doesn't come naturally to us or easy to us, then we're not supposed to do it. But if we looked at all the people that are where they are today, if they never started with day one, they wouldn't be here. Like, there's so many people I look at and I'm just in awe. So from, gymnasts, to some of the people that have created just these things that make our lives easier. Like, it's because of people in tech that we're able to just hop online like this and talk and have this virtual communication that we wouldn't have had if they would have stopped working in their garage, or if they would have, listened to people. I'm sure there were naysayers, because there's usually naysayers, because they exist. But what if they would have just stopped and not continued on? That would have affected us. And we don't look at it like that. And I don't look at it like that. And I had to be reminded, where I felt God speaking to me and saying, like, all right, I've created you for a purpose. I've created you to go, right? And we think sometimes go is like, I'm going to go to Egypt, or I'm going to go to wherever. And with the advent of technology, like, I'm in somebody's room right now. That sounds real creepy, doesn't it? Anyways, not literally, but you get what I'm saying. It's this, because of someone going forward and their creativity, we have technology that we would not have had. Maybe somebody else would have come up with it, maybe not. We don't know. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to hop on and just say, I'm not going to wait for things to be perfect to start anything. Right now, there's someone mowing their lawn outside. I'm sitting in my kitchen. My child is watching one of his favorite shows right now, and you may have heard him in the beginning, I'm not even sure. But I just figured, like, I'm going to pull out my cell phone and I'm going to take a video and I'm going to put it up. Like, if people watch it, great. If people don't, I'm more concerned with being obedient than worrying about kind of the outcome of all of this, because the outcome is what I have to entrust to God, that if I do what he's called me to do in every single area and I steward that well, then he'll be glorified. And it's not that God needs me to glorify him. I'm just attributing to him what's already due, and that's glory. So I hope this blesses someone, encourages someone, that you can start right where you are with whatever you have, and just trusting and being obedient in whatever he's told you to do, even if there are people that have gone before you that made it look easy, or if you just have no idea what each step will look like and what step will come after that. We don't know our next step until we take our first one. So I just want to encourage somebody today to start.